everybody, and welcome to another episode of Oculto 477 at Home. Today we'll be presenting the Golden Hour. The inspiration of this drink comes from the margarita, actually. Fun fact about the margarita, was actually called a daisy back in the day. There's many theories about where the margarita came from, but probably one of the most credible ones is that the daisy cocktail was really in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and it just implied pretty much a build of a sour, but instead of using a sweetener, you'll use a modifier like a triple sec or curacao, and most of the times it was actually a brandy. So what happened is that when Prohibition came along, a lot of people would go south of the border to, of course, enjoy a little alcoholic beverage, and of course they probably didn't have brandy. And what is the most common spirit in Mexico? Tequila. So the direct translation of margarita is actually daisy. So basically they were ordering that through their bartender and they were making it with whatever was available. So let's talk a little bit about the ingredients that you'll find in your kit. We're gonna have, of course, tequila. Today I've chosen to use Patron. I believe that Patron is probably one of the most common ingredient, most common tequila to be found in your bar at home or even in your local liquor store. The next ingredient, this is where the triple sec would come in place in the margarita, but in this case we'll be using a syrup made in-house with kumquats. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but what we do is we cut those in half and then we soak them in white sugar, equal parts by volume, and we allow that sugar to suck out the oils out of the skins together with a little bit of the juices that are inside of the pulp. This allows to have a nice and silky, smooth syrup that then we dry hop with the same hops that you would normally find in your everyday IPA. Dry hopping is a very common technique used in brewing. It just allows to infuse their final product with the same or different hops that they would use in their cook to kind of emphasize that texture and that aroma. The next ingredient, of course, there's no substitution for some fresh lime. Anything else, it will definitely ruin your drink. The last ingredient is gonna be a float. This is hibiscus that we just brew in-house and then we charge with nitro. The nitro adds another layer of silkiness and smoothness that your drink is gonna pass through once we float it over your drink. So let's start making our drink. I'm gonna be using, of course, my 2 tins. Please feel free to use anything you can find at home. I've seen all sorts of things to be used. I've seen a protein shaker, I've seen a water bottle, anything that it has an opening big enough to allow the ice, of course, should be fine. But if you want to use any of the tools that I use here, please feel free to reach out to Collins & Coops, is one of our local shops here in San Diego that can provide you with any of the good toys that I normally use here. But as well, we have collaborated with them, so in the description, you're gonna see as well the way to order these kits through as well our ordering system together with the cocktail kit. So a good habit, like I said in other videos, is to pre-chill our glass. And then of course we will be starting from our cheapest ingredient, right? So we're gonna start with our kumquat. We're gonna do 3/4 of this beautiful silky syrup. And then we're gonna do another 3/4 of fresh lime. Of course, our tequila, you can't forget that. 2 ounces of that. If you're gonna be using actual tins, I always recommend to fill up the smaller one all the way to the rim. Seal that always to one side, and then shake. Grab your strainer. Make sure that the water that has diluted in your glass gets strained. Gently pour over the ice. You're gonna see a wash line here. That's a good thing because it's gonna allow the space for our hibiscus float. Aim to the closest ice cube you can see and very gently pour it over that ice cube, allowing the hibiscus to layer over the drink. And together with your kit as well, there's gonna be a beautiful edible flower. I'm gonna over cover that our drink. And here are golden hour. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and click on that bell for any notification. We'll be releasing a video every week. So please stay at home and stay safe.